Hey, what's up guys? It's Toxic here, and today I'm going to teach you guys how to know exactly when to sell your new limiteds. Now, this is mostly for items that come out when you buy them. Like, I'm not sure if I'm explaining it right. So, this item came out 2 days ago. You see on the 14th or 13th or something like that, it came out. And you could tell today's the 16th. I'm pretty sure it was the 14th it sold because it's in between these two. You can see it's the third day of the item being out, but 2 days after. Now, I want to let you guys know that 2 days after an item comes out is probably the time when it's going to be near its max, if not already its max. So here's what I'm saying. For a brand new item, I would never suggest holding it for longer than maybe 2, 3, 4 days, because that's when the hype around it dies down, and that's when the sales die down. Because you can see it sold 1,000 yesterday, and so far today, if I can't find it because it's that small, but I would say it's not that much. But you can see I'm selling this item for the lowest price, 489, and it started at 75. You can see 341, 388, 478. You can see this went up almost 100. So you can tell that this is probably about the time it's going to be its highest. If not, like, for example, since this is a Father's Day item, maybe on Father's Day this would go up a little bit more, but other than that, it's not really going to go up anymore past this. So I'm going to refresh. You can see I sold it already, and you can see it's already going down a little bit to 480. You can see the average price sale today alone is already 478. I don't know if I already pointed that out, but that's really high. Now, items like this tend to fluctuate a lot in selling price because someone wants to sell it for low, and once it sells, it goes right back up to where it is. But of course, no one's going to buy it because, nope, it just got bought. You can see, like, the items just keep going up and up like that, but it's like people are gonna start selling it for lower and lower. Let me find another good example. I'm gonna go through a couple of limiteds that recently came out, if I can. No, yes I can. No, recently updated. That's what I need. I didn't even know this was a thing. Neither did I know about that. Oh, blue plaid fedora went limited. This went limited. When did all this go limited? What? Oh my, I'm missing out a lot, guys. Oh my god, I'm sick, so sorry if my voice sounds kind of weird. But you can see the 2-day rule kind of applies here too. You could see 489, 604, 681, and then it starts going back down to where it is right now, with where it's at 400. Alright, so I'm sorry about the little interruption, but like I was saying, you can see that it just goes down straight after its peak, which is roughly about 2 days. Now, for some items, it could just go really high on the first day and then it goes down. But you can see, even in the 2-day period, it went up in between these two, but then it started going down and it fluctuates. I would say for the 2-day rule, I would suggest doing that for items that are limited U, but for limited items, they're kind of unpredictable. So if an item just goes limited right now and it doesn't have that many sold, you should try to sell it for as high as possible, like as soon as you realize it's limited, because that's when it's really going to be at its peak. Okay, so that's just one suggestion. You can see with limited U items, tends to follow the same thing. 2 days, 422. You can see it sort of didn't even go past that except for this day. And you can see it just, 2 days seems to be the best fit for any new item. You can see here too, goes up 2, 3 days. I would say 2 or 3 days. Like if you missed the second day, always go for the third day because that could also be pretty high. You can see it consistently being around that point. Like you can see 2 days, 3 days, they're both about the same. This one, again, it's one of those items that it has a low amount of sales, so you should always try to sell it for as high as possible. You can see it's going down now because, I mean, hey, kind of already sold for a lot. Yeah, it kind of sold for a lot here. You can see the second day was even higher than the first day after, which is why I'm saying this is kind of useful for the second day rule. Now, Musica Frigidus. Let's see if I've been proven wrong. Alright, wow, this went limited forever ago. Second day, 28k. Third went lower, fourth went lower. So I feel like what I'm saying is very, very, what's the word? It's not really about, like you can see, this one doesn't have that many sales, so obviously it's going to be a lot less, what's the word? Consistent in sales. Because you can see 31, 32, 39, 39, 39, 39, 41, 41, 42, 44. You can see, like, since it doesn't have that many sales, it's just going to be, like, you know, up and down. It's going to fluctuate a lot more. So it's less likely to follow the consistency that I mentioned, but you can see it still follows a little bit of the consistency, because 2 days after it started going down and then it went up a little bit, and you can see somehow it started going back up, but it's going to drop right back down because the lowest price is 31,000. So 31,000, let's find it. It would be about here, like you can see. So it would drop the chart. So you could just tell that everything that I'm saying, it works except for the bigger items. But when it's a bigger item, you guys really need to focus more on, oh hey, look at this, it's a pretty big item, so I should focus on you know, following what I think would work, because this is more for the items that aren't really super expensive. Like you can see, it's kind of consistent with less expensive items. 2-3 days, you could see anything cheap, it tends to follow that pattern for the most part. Panda Nightland Limited, first day, because like I said, for most items that turn limited, you should always sell it for as high as possible in the beginning, because that's more than likely going to be its highest peak. Now this one has 20,000, and you can see second to third day, a little bit inconsistent. It's probably sold for a lot higher than 373 just to raise it. I'm not too sure, but you could see like a lot of the items tend to follow this pattern, which is why I think it's very useful. And you know, since the midnight summer sale is coming up soon, I'm pretty sure the midnight summer sale comes up like late June, early July. So I feel like this would be very useful for you guys to know now. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. If you need any help down in the comments, just let me know and I will, you know, reply to your comment. I'll try to help you out. Thank you guys so much for watching, and goodbye.